Transmission will start in 5 seconds from now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in.
This is a Dharma or Daruma doll. In Japanese culture, a Dharma doll is given to someone beginning a project as a charm for good luck and perseverance. The first die is filled in to mark the beginning, and the second die is filled in upon its completion. So, since this is my first journal, I'm filling in my own Dharma's first die. I've wanted to work in Japan for quite a while now. Sometime during university I decided that it's something that I really wanted to do. I'm not sure how else to explain it, it's just one of those things. An ambition, a goal. I can't really say more than that, to be honest. So I've been trying to work here for about 4 years now. My first 2 attempts ended in failure, and for a long while I'd pretty much given up hope. I'd started a couple of jobs at home. I'd just kind of gotten comfortable with life and didn't think it was ever really going to happen, until I came across this gap program called Latitude. Latitude do voluntary work placements, so you don't get paid for doing work, but they give you all the accommodation, food and pocket money that you ever need while on a placement. They have placements all over the world, and the ones they had in Japan were quite varied. They had them in schools, in hospitals and in kind of care settings. And the one that intrigued me most was the ones in the care homes. Probably because of my interest in psychology, and I probably saw the work as relevant experience towards clinical psychology, which is one of the possible career paths that I'm hoping to pursue. So yes, after applying to Latitude, I basically had a couple of telephone interviews which went really well. I was accepted, and in the following months I had various emails and kind of packages of information about sorting out flights, insurance, that kind of stuff. Had a chance to meet the other volunteers in Reading, along with the kind of orientation and talks from people who'd done the programme before. And yeah, it left me with a very positive impression. Despite resigning from work and having a real good couple of really heartwarming goodbye parties, I still couldn't believe I was actually coming to Japan. Even on the day of the flight, when I said goodbye to Mum, Dad and Kate, it still didn't feel real. It's the weirdest sensation. The flight itself was really good. It was a short flight to Frankfurt, had a window seat, and it was a really beautiful sunny day in England for a change. I could see Macclesfield as I flew over it, and you know, Thames as we flew over that. The kind of beauty of the brightly lit countryside as I flew over it kind of gave me the inspiration for a poem which I've yet to write. I might do at some point, who knows. After a brief stop in Frankfurt to change planes, I got the pleasant surprise of being upgraded to business class. I have no idea why. They just looked at my ticket, saw that I didn't have a seat number and said, "Right, welcome to business class." You should have seen the look on my face. I was just like, what? they showed me to my seat, and I was like, there's got to be a mistake. The seats are massive. They have this big fat controller which can control every single part of the seat to make it recline in every way possible. It had built-in massage, it had a TV in front of you with games and movies that you could control. It was incredible. The food, you had a choice of Western or Japanese food. Unfortunately, the first class people got all the Japanese food, so I didn't get the delights of that, but the Western stuff was delicious. And lots of free alcohol, which really helped me sleep for most of the journey. So yeah, I reached Tokyo Narita Airport really well rested. My first few moments in Japan weren't particularly welcoming though. After going through the kind of initial passport check, I was pulled aside at customs because the airport staff really wanted to scrutinise my visa. They kind of took my passport away and put me in a kind of little side waiting room thing, and I was kind of a bit worried because I was the only one in there. I think they asked me a few questions as well, but after like 5 or 10 minutes they let me go, but I was pretty worried for those 5 or 10 minutes, just because I've heard that if you get pulled aside in customs, sometimes they just send you straight back home, you know, if things are bad enough. So yeah, I was a bit concerned. I also had a slight concern over not initially finding my contact from Latitude. She was waiting for the other volunteers at the other end of the same terminal. I hadn't realised the terminal had like a south end and a north end. I thought she was going to be at the south end, but she wasn't. So after a brief panic and a slight wander, I found her, and I was much calmer again. The rest of the volunteers from Latitude's Japan placements arrived, and after purchasing a packet of gummy sweets that tasted of grapes and this kind of ice green tea that tasted, and I kid you not, of Weetabix. It really did taste of Weetabix. It was very, very strange. But yeah, after that we were on the bus to the vast metropolis of Tokyo. At this point, that kind of belief that I wasn't in Japan had kind of disappeared. Yeah, it was totally gone. I was definitely in Japan.